Alright, motherfuckers. I heard that you're excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. So, I figured I'd make a little video here describing the first one, what went down, what you should do, things you should know, and what to expect for the second game. So when the second game comes out, hopefully there won't be a lot of you guys who are new to the type of game, or just folks who don't want to actually work for their power pretty much. So like this is for y'all, this is for the regular players and the veteran players. Veteran players are like me, where you can adapt to like any situation. The Grim Reaper do it on the Bitterback Eye and you fought him. You were scared of him, but then you started using some archery, discovered this class that I'm using now. You started shooting some arrows at him from a distance, ran away and healed, rinse and repeat. You fucking had it, right? But this is for the folks that are going to play this game too, especially if they played 2 and they enjoyed it and they never played the first game, or folks who were just getting the first game, starting to beat it, and they're excited for the second one, the same as us. Just a little bit way, way later. So, first things first, of what I want to discuss since we're out here in good old Castor, just the beginning area, anywho. You start off, you spawn, you make your character, you make your pawn. The second game will most likely have the same thing. They kind of have that already dealt with. The early release of the game, you just make your character, and that's all you can do at the moment. Then the actual gameplay will go down when the release date comes down for everybody. There's no early access playing, which is fucking awesome because a lot of people go and spoil shit. But yeah, when you start here, you make your character, you fight the dragon. You don't have to beat him. Don't try to beat him. You will have a rusty weapon. There's no time for all the yibber yabbering and worrying like, oh no, I might not be good enough and I'm powerful enough. Go work. Work, damn it. Do shit. Pull out your sword. Start doing some quests. It's an RPG. You gotta get good. You gotta adventure. You gotta do things. And not to mention, there's a very interesting thing here in case you're feeling weak. You just walk a couple feet. You got a gate here and a nice little ripstone. You get your pawn. My current pawn's name is Butt. And she is Butt. She sucks. And not in a good way. She's horrible. I throw her around like this because you can do that in this game. It's funny. She's basically a running gag. But, funny enough, you can also summon other people, though. And let's say that you have a friend, or, they have their pawn, too. You can go and check your friends list, like what I'm about to do now, and the second game should have that as well, once it loads on up here. So I would go to search, not favorites. Whoops. You go to friends, and I have a guy that, has Alberta here, which apparently is already here. Very, very high level. I think she's just about maximum. And me being level 1, I can go and rely on my friend's pawn for a little bit. Should I run into complete dangers. But then, since we're talking pawns and summoning, when you go and do quests, levels, you just do random shit, do your quest. You get a thing called RC, which will also help you with just getting pawns, or maybe the second game will add extra things like unlockable armor, more perks, maybe more skills, which I'll show too in a bit. So we'll go and grab up some pawns that are close to my level. I have 178 RC. Obviously, with correct math, 178 is lower than 274, right? We got that? Okay, we're going for the 81. So I go and summon anyone I see here on the list. And then for me personally, I go by people who look cool. If you look cool, I will summon you. If you got some basic follower, but they have the best stats or the best weapon, no, thank you. We're all about drip here. So, like for example, this guy's kind of close. He looks like a warrior. This chick looks pretty badass. Got pretty armored up, but she's probably slow. We're looking for somebody with a little bit of dex, maybe some Elden Ring K9 Shepherd. So like this guy here, he looks like Jesus Christ. That's a bit too expensive. I don't know why he's here. But we'll take the archer dude. That's a little hybrid of everything else. So now we got ourselves a full party. You can only allow yourself 2 people plus your personal pawn, and I believe the second game will do that too. And then we'll talk about that when we get to playing it as well in a couple of days. But we will have a great weekend. You know, we're gonna be having fun. So now that you got your pawns and stuff, you know, people like yourselves will go out here, adventure the world. You're not forced into the most difficult areas, I'm sure. And same thing with this game being the first game, of course. You know, your basic area works up from lowest difficulty to the higher difficulty areas. Like here, it's just all goblins, harpies, things that are kind of easy to kill. And then you get the occasional ogre. But then if you go a little bit too far west, you get bandits that are way over leveled, crazy wolves that do too much damage, even the high levels. You know, there's a drake over here. There's multiple mythological Cerberus things and hydras and more. You know, they have it all in this game, and I'm sure they'll have even more in the second one. And I will mention fast travel. You see this little icon I got here? It looks like a makeshift triangle, maybe more or less a beer bottle. These things are way crystals, so the second game should have them too. You get them throughout your exploration, your travels. Sometimes quests just give it to you. If you actually look in your environment, it'll be on the ground. It's right in front of you. So you go and grab them up. You can place them wherever you want. And if someone don't believe me, I'll pick up one right now. Let me go fast travel to one of the ones that I like. It'll be the furthest of the furthest ones here. See, they got 1, 2, 3. I'll go for this one here. Let's say I want to make it a tiny bit more east. You can do that. You're not limited to wherever you are. Unless it was inside somewhere, you can't place it inside a cave or inside a dungeon. It has to be anywhere outside, above surface. And if they do the same in the second game, that makes things even easier. Because then explaining it here will also help here. Well, so when someone says, Dragon's Dogma doesn't have fast travel, woohoo! Look, it's right there. I placed it. I had it here. I can now buy a fairy stone from a merchant. I can have one from my quest. I can now teleport even to the capitals, the main town in the beginning. We can do it all. And then when people want to cry, or if they're curious on what kind of classes there are, let's say you got disappointed by your first choice, you know, you're not restricted to just one class. And if you think that just because you didn't explore a little bit, oh, we have a lot of work to do with your kind. Holy shit. So, with those folks, that if you feel called out and this is you, this is where you want to go. You want to find your merchants here. They'll go and give you all the big list of classes and things that you can change. So for example, change location. It doesn't say change job. It's like you had to read a couple books here because they said vocation. I get it. You didn't read too often, but you got it. It's right there, man. So we got your traditional things in the beginning. The fighter, which is sword and shield. Strider has dual wields and bows. Mage is just mage. Warrior is always your, you know, big guts build. Super bonk. I gotta wear fur. I gotta have the hugest sword ever. I do damage. I'm tanky, but most of all, I'm slow. And then it starts getting diverse. You know, you got a ranger, which is almost like Strider, but just better because they let you do more shit. And then a sorcerer, which is modified mage. Mystic knight, you could be a mage, a fighter, and a magic protector at the same time. Whereas like a traditional fighter per se, which would be a regular tank, or much like how warrior is kind of a regular tank, you just can't block. The Mystic Knight can block, but have magic resistances too, which is great in games like Elden Ring as well, and all those other shits. You like to be a hybrid of classes like me being a magic archer. Now my time is short. I don't have much to add, so if there's any more questions and stuff, you know, let me know. I got you, and we'll be streaming this until the new game comes out. Peace.